Hello, everyone, and welcome to Vermonton Management. Today, we're going to talk about fascinating line of business: having a student program. All aspiring physician assistant, nurse practitioner, and medical residents either need or would strongly benefit from having done a medical rotation in the United States. This means every year, thousands of students are looking for opportunities to rotate. The best part is that these rotations, since they're mandatory for the most part, can be paid. This means you would have either a medical graduate or a former medical assistant pay you to work for you. Let's analyze the impact with my clinics. This year, my clinic's direct revenue and savings amounted to over $120,000, and it avoided staff burnout and overhead cost. Additionally, a school recognizes you with awards depending on performance. They give you staff access to the resources, and these recognitions add to your reputation as an institution. Now, the first thing you need to analyze is what is the legal scope of what you can delegate. This is very specific to each specialty, but working with an AI tool to determine this and having a brief consultation with a medical attorney in your state is definitely worth the investment. This will protect you from using a student for work they're not legally allowed to do. In general, you can use a student to help you with documentation, clinical day and administrative day preparation, and among other administrative tasks. They could also help you with sample collection and vaccinations. Depending on the state, you're going to have states that are a lot more permissive towards students than others. So you really need to check everything from A to Z before you start delegating these responsibilities. Other responsibilities can include clerical tasks such as sterilizing rooms, organizing equipment and not durable material, and other clerical tasks in general. You just need to analyze everything that it's done in your office, check with an attorney what can be delegated, and then you start from there. To note, international medical graduate, specifically New York State, can only do observantships. They cannot be involved hands-on. They can only help you with clerical and administrative tasks. You need to make a decision on what you want to offer. If you want to offer just observership, hands-on, or virtual, or the three options. Now, the second element you need to consider is your workflow and how do the students fit in your workflow. As students are not a replacement for your workforce. You cannot rely on them entirely, and you must always have someone assigned to either monitor them or manage the whole program, such as rotation confirmations, schedule setup, and general monitoring and management. Regardless if the student seems knowledgeable and very responsible, you must ensure there is management and monitoring. After you choose who will manage them, it could be someone as your top medical assistant, you must choose which responsibility you will delegate to them. No responsibility is too small or unimportant. Students are there to work. Setup and onboarding. After you have chosen which responsibilities to delegate, you need to create an onboarding. This is vital. Having an onboarding is best practice for any company. And if you already have one, all you have to do is borrow from that same onboarding and apply it to your student program. In our case, here are the elements of our onboarding. 1, introduction to our clinic, who we are, schedule and expectation explanation. Things such as when do we work and what hours, what we expect them to do, what are our priorities. Be very clear on what you want them for and why they're doing the rotation. Be specific on dress code, personal hygiene, company culture, and how you want your patients to be engaged. 3, trainings. Every single responsibility needs to be accompanied with trainings. The trainings have to be or range from something as basic as explaining what entails your specific specialty to explaining which tubes do you use for a specific sample collection. In other words, you need to explain everything you're delegating from A to Z and have it documented. Lastly, legalities. Everyone must take the HIPAA training and a test, also training in dealing with dangerous materials, and best practice is to have a confidentiality agreement. Once the students have reviewed all the training materials and completed all the signatures, it is best practice as well to have the person in charge of the program give the first day orientation. Now, how do you get students? There are different ways to get students. Traditionally, students come to you either via universities, which those are very rare because not every PA or NP program actually does the legwork for students. What usually happens is that students reach out individually to clinics. Hence, a website such as medicalrotation.com got created that connects clinics and medical institutions to students. So your best bet is to partner up with a platform such as medicalrotations.com.